or don't like it, learn to love it because it is the best thing going.
And welcome back to the Boundary Corner podcast, along with my partners, Brian Siegler and Jonathan Talley. I'm Curtis Wilson, and we are brought to you by Moments on the Moor. You need a weekend getaway this spring, summer, or fall? Moments on the Moor might be exactly what you're looking for. Owned by a proud Hokie located outside Lexington, Virginia. Gives you fishing, kayaking, or just relaxing by the river, having a nice drink, or having a nice drink in the river, which when I went last summer, it was very nice to sit on a tube.
Get in the river, baby.
Get in the river, drink.
Get your feet wet, baby.
You don't even know about it. The link is in the comment section. Check it out. Also, the Instagram page, Moments on the Maury. So, the spring game has passed.
The spring game is sprung.
Has sprung. Brian went there. I hope some of y'all watched the pregame show. Brian, you were vibes, dude. Straight vibes.
Hey, man. You know what? It was great weather. I had to get the guns out. I had to let everybody know what was going on. And we talked a little football, and we had some good food. Shout out Stephen Wright, Nate Fullen. Great host for that event on Chicken Hill. Appreciate everybody that joined the table there and talked up a little Hokie sports, a little Hokie football before they kicked things off. And we saw a skydiving fiasco. It was a great time, man. Like I said, the event went really well, and appreciate everyone that showed up, came to talk to us, hung out with us before we got going live. Stuck around after, had some good food, had some good drinks, and a lot of them walked over to the stadium with us.
Very cool, very cool. Tally. Uh-oh, did we lose Tally? We might have lost Tally. Fucking internet. Obviously.
Internet will get after you guys.
We'll get after you. We'll try to.
If you think about moving to Alabama, make sure you get them that internet settled before you get in there.
Tally, can you hear us? We're just going to continue to put these up. Tally, what you got to say, man? Did you get out the pregame show with Brian and all them knuckleheads?
He must not be hearing us.
Can you hear us, Tally? Shoot him a message. All righty, so he is off. Somebody jumped in. Give us a few seconds here. We got to talk about a couple things, and then we're gonna let y'all talk. Give us a second. Yeah. If you want to jump in, that's fine. Just it might be a few minutes before we put you on.
It's gonna be a couple minutes, about 3 to 4. We're just gonna get the introductions, the salutations out of the way. We got Tally back in here. Prize drinking buddy is back in town.
It's a shame he didn't get to go drink with him last weekend. But, Tally, did you get to see Brian and all the knuckleheads on the pregame show?
Yeah, man. I got to watch it. Looked like they was having a good time. I was jealous. So, Brian was definitely feeling good, tearing them up, turning them back. Hey, he didn't use the F word that much, though, so he did pretty good.
I think I was down to 2 this year.
That's pretty good.
I did sneak in a whale's vagina at the end, so that's only because somebody told me where Billy was for his birthday, and they said he's in San Diego. And I mean, I'm not gonna let that reference go by the wayside.
Gotta get it. But Tally, like me, we were both on the baseball fields for most of the day. Spring game not even streamed, so we are depending on Brian. Y'all, I'll be honest, I've been so busy between work and everything. I've been trying to listen to a few podcasts of folks who went. I know like Ricky was from Hokie Hangover, and some of those guys were out there. Tech Sideline obviously out there. I ain't even got to do that yet. So I am really, I'm not saying struggling, but I'm trying to catch up as much as I can with the spring game. before we get into the spring game, and yes, somebody has already joined. If you want to join, that little QR code right up there, click on it. I don't know if Brian's going to pick one in the chat.
Hey, that's our man. Yeah, I mean, right now, use that QR code. That's going to be the best way to get on there. That's going to take you straight to the link, baby. You'll be able to join us here, jump in, have a good time, talk a little spring game. I'm hoping some of y'all got to check it out, even if you weren't able to make it in Blacksburg, got to look at it. A little bit
look at it
right there. Huh?
It won't anywhere. That's the issue.
I thought they had it on extra.
Nope.
They got kiboshed? Oh, man.
They got kiboshed at the end. They're going to do like some 45-minute special. Not a fan of that.
That was a pivot because, like, as of Thursday last week, it was still on. They had it on the schedule.
It sure as hell was. All right. Well, before we start bringing people in here to get their thoughts on spring game, what they like, maybe what they don't like, we got a couple pieces of news here. Tally, I think you willed this into existence, but Joseph Buck Buchanan, the 4-star out of McDonough High School up in Owensville, Maryland, a top 247 player, a top 200 player by 247, elite defensive lineman, has committed 6'3.5", 260. Some people got him at 270. That is a big boy. What y'all think of him?
He maintains that he is a defensive end. He is not a D tackle. So he has been loud and proud about that, and I'm all right with that. So, again, haven't started seeing quite, the results I think we're going to see, just because when you start looking at high-profile kids, sometimes it takes them, a little bit to jump into the boat. But to have the activity that we have, to have the visits that we have, the people on campus over and over that we've been having, it's a testament to the staff and a testament to James Franklin, what he's doing. I do got to say, I got my boy Will on here. If y'all don't know Will, man, y'all go follow Will. That's my guy. His wife's birthday may be today or just passed.
It is.
I see, yeah, I know he said happy birthday to Lindsay. So we
do
want to shout out. Yeah, we want to shout out happy birthday to my girl Lindsay and Will. Again, that's like family to me, man. Always a good time. Me and Will have hung out a couple times. He shows nothing but love to your boy, nothing but love to BCP. So I did send you the link, Will, so you can hop on here and let us know kind of how you feeling. I know we're going to hear from Phil. We got to hear from Phil. And before we go forward, Curtis, I'm going to tell you this right here. I have been looking at games in Blacksburg and Airbnbs. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. One Airbnb, it said 20, I think it said like 20 yards from Lane Stadium, $2,000. I said, I'll be calling Phil and sleeping on the floor somewhere.
By the way, Brian, I was going to tell you, I'll announce it over there. There have been discussions that some of the crew and the ones behind us, the text behind us, we are potentially going Georgia Tech, like we told y'all. We said it right. We said Georgia Tech. Didn't we say that, Tally? It's the perfect game. Yeah. There's preliminary multiple families going down for that weekend, getting something somewhere. So we're gonna get there. We're gonna figure it out. Tally's locking back up because there's one other thing. Brian, anything on Buck real quick? Because he's a stud. There is.
Absolute stud. And we talk about a guy that's that size. Regardless of where he ends up position wise for Virginia Tech, he's going to go out there and he's going to eat because the dude is big. He's quick. Does the little things right. Even as a high school player. So like when you put those pieces together, he's going to be a tough guy to stop and a tough guy to keep off the field right away, in my opinion.
100%. Tally, you had texted me and Brian and say, "Hey, I'm going to get a list of like all the guys visiting." And Tally, tell them what happened as you started making your list.
It was too much, man. I got overwhelmed. I got, what's the word that everybody's using now? I got overstimulated. I got overstimulated.
That
Trying
many,
to
huh?
find out all the people that they had coming in. So y'all's job today, chat, is to tell us what y'all seen while y'all was there. From a couple of people that I heard, they said they had commits lined up on the field, lined up down there, probably the biggest that they've seen in a while, or maybe ever. This was from a couple of season ticket holders. So I want to hear about it, man. I want to hear kind of what the boots on the ground seen, smelled, tasted, all of that good stuff.
And so to do that, what y'all gonna do? Hit that little QR code at the top. That'll take you straight in here with us. We're gonna try to cycle you in as fast as we can. We got some people already waiting here, so we're gonna if you want to, Curtis, we ready? We can go ahead and kick off.
Well, let's hit one more thing. We hit it up to a second. The parachute thing. I got multiple videos from people not named Brian that got that. That was wild. Like, and now reading the story, basically, I'm gonna butcher his name. Y'all know me doing that, right? Y'all put me in charge of this. Pasha Palanker, obviously military veteran and everything, been doing this a while. The story coming out that basically the wind shifted so hard that he had two choices. Either he was, and again, my assumption, Brian, is because of where he was probably going to go into north end zone, is my assumption. And instead, he tried to clear the scoreboard, hit the practice field. Everybody that knows is right there behind lane, and he nailed the scoreboard. Luckily, he's okay. No one else was hurt. James Franklin had some weird happen, but I mean, he came out real positive. He was like, there's been times. I love what he said in his presser. I've sat through 3-hour delays. Weird stuff has happened in games. Having something like that happen is perfect, because you don't get a chance to talk through that stuff, right? Y'all both played where they've been lightning.
Yeah, I mean, think about going back to the Purdue game. Nobody was ready for that. This is a situation where, you got all this juice in the locker room, and now all of a sudden you got to go out there later than you expect. You got to hold that juice in. You got to hold that juice in for another 30, 40, 50 minutes before they were able to get him down and get things, set up for the game. Yeah. It's a good way to kind of execute that without any stakes attached to it. So, I mean, it could be a blessing in disguise. Everybody says, is this an omen? I'm like, man, we've been known for an entrance and not much else. It's I think we're maybe getting the monkey off our back here a little bit with this thing, and we're gonna keep it moving.
Let's keep it moving. Let's get some folks in here. Again, hit the QR code. Whether you went to the spring game, you didn't go, you've been following it close, things you're excited about, things you noticed at the game, maybe questions you've got. And we got our first in here, Big Willie Beeman. Who I see is,
what up, boys?
What's going on, man?
My dog's losing his fucking mind, but outside of that, I'm good. How y'all?
Hey, man. Happy birthday
to Lindsay.
To Lindsay sitting next to you. What's going on, Lindsay?
Just living my best life at 33, guys.
Hey.
Just trying to keep up with y'all.
Hey, let it rip. Let it rip.
33.
How's life, boys? Y'all recovered from the spring game yet?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hey, I've fully recovered. I had an all-day conference today, so that'll get the alcohol out of your system real quick.
Real quick. Now, you know what? I missed the whole thing. I was down here. I was at the RBC Heritage Golf Tournament. I wish I could have been up there, but I had to host clients. That shit goes. But you know what I need is some highlights. Please, sir. Someone.
Not enough highlights. It's nothing out there, Will.
Dude, the WCRC shit that I'm looking at with the badass angles is not doing it.
No, there is that, everybody. There is currently really nothing out there. So we're depending on eyes like Brian and other folks who went to the game. And I mean, I've already bugged the shit out of Brian. We're getting together here in my neighborhood on Thursday night to watch the draft. I'm gonna bug the shit out of him even more about what he saw. But Will, let's just get your thing, man. You clearly follow everything pretty close, and just what you've heard come out, or just what you've been following. What is it? What's getting you jacked? Now, first of all, I think at 6 you got to go to the RBC Heritage. because that's disgusting.
Every year we do it. By the way, you boys are all invited next year. I got tickets for all of y'all.
Hey.
Bet. No bullshit me.
That's how we roll, dog. We don't walk around. That shit is way too hot, boy.
Woo. Then that means that you got the hospitality.
There's one way to do it.
Hey, man. Hey.
So what's exciting you, man?
Two, that we can pass the ball and hopefully we can stop the pass. Honestly, we get those two things fixed from last year's team. What's our record last year, in y'all's honest opinion?
If we fix those,
yeah, those two things and nothing else.
Just last year, we're 7-5.
Yeah.
Minimum with that roster, 7-5. That roster,
Mr. Talley.
Yeah, I would say at least 7 wins. You know, then that takes you to a bowl game. See what you can do. So
Brian's about to say 10. Watch him.
Nah, I'm not gonna go 10. I'm not gonna go 10. I mean, I think 7 or 8 would be legitimate because I mean the biggest thing like we weren't efficient passing the ball. Like regardless of whether we were hitting explosives or not, we were not efficient passing the ball. We were hovering right around 50% completion for most of the year last year. We weren't throwing the ball a lot at all.
It was the timing of it too.
The fact that those numbers were that low with that few attempts was kind of wild. And the offensive line was a big problem. Obviously, we saw inefficiency at the quarterback position, but on the other side, that cornerback room was already a problem before the season started. You go one man down after Pry goes down, and all of a sudden,
You said Clark. Pry got fired. He didn't go down.
That's what I'm saying. When Pry got fired, we lost one to the portal immediately.
Oh yeah.
We had a cornerback. One of our starting cornerbacks all of a sudden is in the portal for a unit that was already thin and not playing at the level we needed them to. So it got ugly pretty quick. And you talked about a true freshman like JoJo Krim in there was kind of holding his own respective to kind of everybody else on the roster last year.
Without question. I can't wait to see Joshua Clark this year. I think he's that. I don't want to use the word D'Angelo Clark, but he's that type of athlete, right?
He was.
I think he's got the build, he's got the size that you want. The athletic ability's off the chart. If he cleans up a couple things, I think he could be a really talented player.
And hopefully the injury for Jaquez White.
Yeah,
I'm not getting that wrong.
Yeah, it looks like he's nicked,
okay.
But it doesn't look like it's a long-term thing.
No.
We saw him
tweeted out today, blessed and everything, and typically what you hear from guys who get banged up, but it's like you just ain't gonna be able to do anything the next 6 weeks. You're gonna have to heal. And then
I'll add to this. I'm actually, from what I've heard from everyone, the linebackers look improved from last year. I saw you also, Brian, on the was it ACC Network show, something like that?
The AFA. This morning, yeah.
Oh, Mr. Popular over here. I see you.
We did that Monday morning. Popped out there today. That was a good time. Kind of recapping everything, a little more big picture perspective, just to kind of how things were. What I saw, what I felt. I mean, it was a good time. It's going to be interesting to see if this team can stay healthy with some of this new depth in there. ACC is not really trending up outside of Miami. I think there's some opportunity for us.
Just be physical, be fast, man. Play like your hair's on fire this year. That's what I want to see. Everything else, I think, will take care of itself, in my opinion.
It's true.
And having a guy that can pull the trigger like Grunt can, I think that's going to pay dividends. The thing that I like the most watching him play is that he understands how to work in the offense. He was quick with getting rid of the football, getting it where it needed to be. That alone is going to take care of a lot of the problems because you're making those decisions quick before the rush can get to you. And that's going to open up things in the passing game. That's going to open up things for the tight end. And if you can pass the ball effectively, you're not going to have stacked boxes like we saw all year last year.
Yeah. And you said that, Brian. You mentioned a lot of quick hitters, a lot of quick out. And some people get upset about that. But if you get it out quick and guys the whole goal is get it in guys' hands who can make plays. And I don't care if that's a running back, I don't care if that's a tight end or a wide receiver. Get it where they can make a play. Standing back there and taking 7-step drops, unless you are an elite quarterback, could Grunkemeyer get there? Maybe. But you also have to have, right, Tally? You got to have a line that can actually hold up for more than a second and a half. Like, the honest truth, if anybody tells me, like, well, Ethan Grunkemeyer would have made this team, like, 10 wins last year. No, he wouldn't have.
No,
he would have been getting fucking killed.
No, yeah, he would have got
He would have gotten killed without the right offense installed.
Like Matt Moore made that comment earlier this year, right? Well, we weren't as bad as we thought we were at that position, right? Based on who we had at quarterback. And that's no drag on Kyron at all. Love that dude. I think he played his heart out, right?
Yep.
But he was designed to be a certain type of player. He is not Jalen Hurts. As much comparisons that people want to make to that, he does not see the field the way he needs to. He's got the arm strength for it. But then the freaking day, you got to get the ball where it needs to be at the time it needs to be there, correct?
That's true.
That's it. And
So
in
my
an
thing
offense
is,
like he was running with Montgomery, like timing is everything.
correct. And I'm not even put all that on Kyron, honestly. Part of it's the offense, part of it's the O-line, part of it all plays a factor. And that's my whole thing is like this year I just want to see a unit. I don't care if it's A+ or A-, B+, call it what you want, man. Just show me something that's efficient for what you can be. And I think this year we're going to see. I don't know. I go 8-4, 9. Part of me wants to say 9-3, but I'm getting funky.
I got to see more.
If we see 8, that'd be nice. I just want to see 8. That would tell me that's a good start. And you start doing that in the ACC, you're only 1 or 2 wins away from making that ACC tournament, man.
It's
100%.
Game, I mean.
It's true. It's very true. And that's that is the thing. Like right now, because I haven't seen anything. And maybe no, we haven't. Brian, you're the only one who saw anything.
Hey.
So like I can't ramp up like to 10 yet. Maybe a few drinks and reports out of training camp coming in. Maybe I can. Because y'all know I can get stupid like that. Chad is like,
I'll be right there with you, Curtis. I get stupid real quick.
That's the hope. That is the hopium that happens. Oh, I believe it. I believe we all can get stupid real quick when it comes to hearing things and then obviously seeing games and all that stuff. But what else? What else? Will we got Kent who's jumped in the green room here. What else, man?
Honestly, I don't think there is much else. If we can pass the ball and stop the pass and do everything else we did last year, which I mean, look at even if the talent isn't excellent, right? It's an upgrade from last year without question. I think we can almost all agree on that. From a size and speed standpoint, if the linebackers are filling the gaps like Brian says he thinks they are, I'm okay. I'm okay.
It looked much cleaner. It looked much cleaner. I know we're running a vanilla offense against that defense right now. If we get some more misdirection in there, things could be different. But linebackers look decisive. They were where they needed to be, especially the guys that I think we're going to see the most of at that position. Safeties did what they needed to do to help in run support. There wasn't a whole lot of missed angles from kind of the front 2 guys. We saw a couple, but some of that was just, Overton being Overton and getting a little bit of an alley and making some things happen. But
speaking of which, before I get off, because I know you got other callers, can we get Overton a different number? Tally.
Uh-oh.
God damn, bro. 16?
You don't like the 16?
You don't like the teams on a running back?
Single digits or 20s? No. He needs the single digit or 20s, period.
Right.
I was going to say 32, but I was like, nah, fuck that.
I think we're due having. I think we're due having 11 at running back. I think we're due for that.
An 11?
11.
11's that's a tough one to get up. What do you got to say, Tally?
He don't care as long as he can fucking gain
What about
yardage.
44?
What about 44 at running back? Hey, listen, that's Rigo's number, man. That's white running back all time. Give it to him. You run like Riggins did? Sure.
Yeah.
Give it to anybody.
That's not your back. That's not your back for that. Give him Brandon
I like the
Orr's
16.
number. He runs more like
I
him
like
than
the
fucking Riggins, bro.
We gonna give Gray Peterson 44.
Give Gray Peterson. No. Hold on. Can't hold on with us. We about to have a real nasty conversation. Listen, 34 is Ryan Williams. Ain't nobody ever ran like that. He can't have 34.
But if he
can't
does,
have
he can have
34.
it.
If he does, again, the shoes are big that have to be filled to run in like 34,
Agreed.
25, 22.
But I'll say, bro, how much did you think he weighed last year? 190?
Yeah.
He's put on 15.
He's put on
20
some
pounds.
weight.
And he was popping kids. I saw there was times last year, and I was shocked by it, where his skinny ass would go up to that gap and put a shoulder down and run through people. And I was like, damn,
Right
at a
here.
$190.
That's
What's it going to do with
mentality.
210?
That's mentality. That you
100%.
run like that. That's mentality. That's not size or feeling like you can run over people. That's mentality. Like you gonna know I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna know I'm coming through. So yeah,
Earn that paycheck.
Damn right. Earn the paycheck. We get to say that nowadays.
That's right. Hey, Will, I appreciate you, man. We're gonna get Ken in here. All love, brother. Happy birthday to Lindsay. Y'all have a good
Happy
night.
birthday, Lindsay.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you soon, man.
Will kind of said a lot there. I really appreciate what he had to say on that. Sorry we couldn't get Kent going there.
Straightened out. Yeah, something with the and it can happen. StreamYard can if you can't get the audio connected, like you won't be able to hear us, and then that massive delay, it's like 15-second delay. It's like radio delay. Y'all gonna remember that.
Yeah.
We're having multiple issues here, Brian, with StreamYard. 276 was gonna jump up in here for a second. Will broke it. Will, it's your fault. I love you, but you broke StreamYard
Uh-oh.
for Lindsay's
All right,
birthday. Brian, you technical man.
I'm gonna drop the link in the chat in case if y'all can't join from
Try
the
it that way.
yeah, we can try it that way. Hang on just a second.
There is arguments.
Let me grab that link.
Well, if the link's messed up, Brian, me and Tally just gonna ask you questions the rest of the night, and you
Hey,
gotta tell us what happened.
Right. Well, we know the tight ends cost a whole bunch of passes.
Holy God, all of them, Tally. I was doing the math and I forgot about St. Germain. 16 catches for almost 200 yards amongst those four, and those are the primary four. Look, from what Brian told us and what everybody's saying, Luke Reynolds, we got him 1 year, y'all. This is the only year we're gonna have him. I'm gonna make a bet on that. Am I lying?
let's make the most of it.
Am I lying? All right, we got Justin. Let's see if Justin's works. Is it working?
It is working. I just gotta give me a second to figure out which one to mute.
Mute whatever you're listening to us on, because it is a 15-second delay. Because I've had that happen before trying to share links to people.
I can hear you and I can't hear anything else, so that's a good sign.
That is a damn.
Right.
I think Justin doing good.
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, I had this. I've been here before, so I remember what this was like.
So Justin, first of all, did you make the spring game?
I did not make the spring game, man. Like family things kind of took precedent. Kind of like you had the ball games to go coach. I had other things. But I tried everything I could to find any information I could get. And the only thing that was on the internet was the guy running into the jumbotron with the parachute. Having been there and knowing what was underneath him, I know that all the angles from inside the stadium looked like, oh, well, he just dropped right down into the bleachers, and I was like, no, it's a 100-foot drop right down.
It's a 100-foot drop, and there's a fence right below you.
Yeah, not great, Bob. It all.
So I do think it's interesting that Blacksburg, it took 2 ladder trucks to get him down, but I'm glad they were able to get him down without it being a disaster.
100%. So I'll go to what we talked with Will, because we know, Justin, you follow closely, listen, read as much as you can extract.
Mm-hmm.
What's got you excited? What's got you happy? what for
Well,
just after spring, post spring, whatever we want to call it.
we got a quarterback that's not afraid to pull the trigger. So, like, I haven't seen a whole lot, but I mean, I've just been reading. I think there's a big. I think it's fair to say we know who number one is, and can feel pretty good that should something happen to him, that there's a number two, and then I think it's a drop off after that. I do think that Hune was it brought back down to earth a little bit from that scrimmage where they were saying he had 4 touchdowns and was slinging around like a gunslinger. So he's a true freshman, and he needs to be a true freshman, learn, right?
Yeah.
But
it showed.
It showed. We got a QB1, and that's not afraid to throw the ball. From what I've been hearing from different things, tech sideline and other people that were there, is that Gronk is the real deal. And we're going to use the tight ends finally.
Yeah. Can I flip Brian a question real quick? And it's about Gronk, Justin, because obviously Brian was there live, saw it. What was the difference? Like when you watched all 4 of them play? Yes, I know he might have been slightly inebriated, but Brian slightly inebriated still is better than about 95% of people when it comes to football. But
slightly might be underselling it, but yes.
I'm not underselling it. Dude. We used to get crap faced.
Still correct.
We used to get blasted in college, and he could still be like, so and so didn't pull right. Like, what? Brian slopped over there, and like, now the guard, he just missed the block. I'm like, you saw that? But Brian, what was the difference, man? Like, what was the biggest difference between Gronk and the other 3?
Like I said it before, but this is a guy from an offensive perspective of what we're doing schematically. He's coming in on second base compared to everybody else because he knows what this is all about. He knows where to go with the football. He is decisive with the football, I think, is the biggest thing. And some of that comes with comfort in the offense, and some of that's just, he's a guy that has already been thrown into the fire and has shown just that innate ability to get the football where it needs to be so you can keep matriculating the ball down the field. And that efficiency is what jumped off the screen for me and jumped off the page. And when I was watching everything live, like he just knew what he was doing with the football and where he wanted to go with the football. That's
there
it.
There you go.
And if you can mix in some explosives with that, being able to get the ball down the field to the wide receivers, which they didn't really, especially in the first half, they weren't taking that many shots down the field with anybody. But one of the things we saw back in the offense is, hitting the tight end up the seam, those quick outs to the tight ends just to get, those 5-6 yards, maybe get a little run after the catch if you get a good little angle there. We saw these things that are going to be so useful to get a quarterback comfortable running the offense. And when you start mixing those explosives in there, that's when you start putting some points on the board.
I'm really curious to know where the wide receivers are going to come into this offensive game plan. Like, I've been sitting here just for 2 years now, waiting to see some of these guys that came in, these talented Virginia guys that I really want to see them get out there and show their stuff. Keelan Adams, Wiggins. I really want to see what they have to offer and what they can bring to the field. I think all the fans are waiting to see that. We're wanting to see somebody that can go over the top.
Yeah, and one of the problems that I saw was, you had the primary 2 in that first Maroon group, but when it came to the second group there with the indecisiveness of Hune and the pass rush and protection issues that went along with that, like there just wasn't a whole lot of opportunities to get them into the mix in that second half on the Maroon side. That's why you saw the white side really, take some big jumps in the second half. I mean, you look at the final score, 21-12 white, but I mean, it was mostly Maroon in the first half there. And then when things swapped out and we started getting some of those second and third teamers in there, that's where I think the overall depth on the white side carried the day. Whereas when you looked at kind of the more Maroon probably had a little bit more frontline talent, but probably wasn't as deep as the white squad. And we kind of saw that play out in the first half, and then the second half, the white kind of took over there.
Excellent. How'd the line look? I hadn't heard anybody talk much about on the socials about the offensive line.
I liked what I saw from the Maroon group in the first half. I mean, they really had 4 guys that are kind of going to be in that 7 or 8 man rotation on the offensive line. So, from a first half perspective, when most of those guys were on the field, you could see it. You could see a difference. When things started getting shuffled in the second half, obviously we saw some protection issues coming there, and they probably had more guys that were a little bit further down the stream on the Maroon side as well. So when the swap started, there was a bigger drop off than you saw on the white side.
10-4. All right, well, I'll hop off here and let the next guy in.
Awesome. Appreciate you, Justin.
You guys have a great night.
Thanks, Justin, as always, man.
Watch the rest in the lobby.
Next up, we have my third group panel host from the Hokies Spring Game PreGame Show. He was called into duty by yours truly at the end there, so we're gonna bring him on now. Chris Lester.
What up, Chris? I sent a message to you. You see it? You still look tired, man, because you were there all weekend, right?
Yeah,
all weekend.
Well, first off, man, good to see you because you've been MIA for like 2 weeks. I don't know what you've been doing.
I am in the middle of some deep crap at work.
Hey, man,
I am sorry.
You can tell, we understand, you're busy, you're big time. You've been moving things around. You ain't reacted to us and talked to us, So I'm glad that you're back. It's good to see you, Curtis.
Hey, you come here in the middle of the week. I can always be entertaining here.
No doubt.
Text in the middle of the day sometimes don't work.
I hear you. And
I
Jonathan,
miss you, Chris. I
missed you too, Curtis. And Jonathan Prometheus Tally. What's up, homie?
Hey, Tally got the shout out at the end of the spring game there. Chris had to.
Hey, try to make it.
I know you, man. I know that's good to hear. B, what's going on, baby? Me and B are one. We've been hanging out, kicking it. I've been kicking it with his son and stuff. So it's good work, man. And he called me in and he got me at the end because we had a couple of lively drinks and we were smoking cigars and we were having a good old time. So I think a lot of people have a couple of different questions. I heard I think it was Justin. He was asking questions about the O-line and what he saw. I had the opportunity, go up the week before and take a look at some things. I was pleasantly surprised that Big Bang James hadn't lied to us. He hadn't lied to us. He had said he wanted to have a guy he could win with in the starting. He wanted a second guy he could win games with and have a guy he was excited about. I was most pleased with what the defense was able to do. The secondary, with last year where we had the huge drop off when Josh Clark, got hurt, it was like we went downhill quick, and you don't have that problem this year in the secondary. From my man Jacquez White to Pallador, Josh Clark coming back, your safeties are nice. I'm incredibly excited about Knowledge Harrell, Tyrell Grant Jr., Quentin Reddish is back, and Jordan Bass is showing us he can go from being a late hit, misread, and letting a guy from South Carolina run wide open. He's learning, so definitely happy with that situation. The linebackers. Did anybody talk about the linebacker play?
Yeah, I talked about it a little bit. Like I was, especially the guys that are going to play the most snaps. I was very, very happy with what they showed on Saturday. Yeah,
Gabe Williams played. I love what Spencer brings. Noah Chambers is showing he can be that guy. Oh, and also Big Sheldo, as his mama calls him. When she's at the games, he was played well in the secondary. So I was excited about that. The D line is probably going to be probably as explosive and nasty as ever. We already know about Kamari Copeland, Elijah Fall, what he can do. I think it's Malik or Malachi Williams is, a guy can come off the edge. We did have we had an injury with Zeke Chienoui, but I think he's going to be fine. So the defense was awesome. I don't know
what
else.
Thing. It sounds like it's coming out that there were some bumps and bruises and guys that got nicked, but nothing that really is going to effectively. Everybody's making it to August. Nobody is like, crap, they gone. Like, you always hear that. It's like guys get nicked. And Chris, I can remember something you put like so-and-so's nicked, and it's like my head went, well, it's football. You still not your teammate. You still got to tackle them. You got to hit them. You got to block. That's going to happen. It's the big ones where it's like, what it was with Clark and over to a point last year.
Yeah,
and that's deflating. It's just like,
my biggest thing is I wanted to get to this point where we get through the spring game. We get through spring practice. We don't have anybody who's majorly injured, not just hurt, that they can't get back and be able to contribute during the season. The one thing that I took away from it is that when people got hit, they stopped. So many times when we had guys we with family, when they would hit Kelly Lawson, they would keep going. When they would hit Jaden Keller, if he got to tackle somebody, they would keep going forward. You didn't have that happen Saturday. Guys got hit and they stopped, and that's a big that attributes to what Jared Ferguson did the year before with the strength and conditioning, and then carrying on with Coach Losi and doing what he did. So I was excited about the defense. So everybody was like questioning about Justin said he was worried about wondering what was going on, I guess, with the wide receivers. Was that a big thing that people were asking? What was y'all question about that?
Yeah, I think Justin said, like, what was the wide receiver production like? We look at the stat sheet, a lot of tight end receptions, a little smattering after that.
Right.
We were both there. Chris, give me your take on that. I know you got a good breadth of knowledge on that position.
Well, I want y'all to understand is that the quarterbacks are taught right now in spring, they're learning the playbook. So now they just want to make the right decision. So if they've got they got a high-low situation, what they've been taught is this. Coach Franklin made a statement in one of the meetings. He would say, listen, don't miss out. And this, we're the family. If you were out back in the day when some of you guys was out here wildcatting in the streets, that was never my deal. I was always been a one-woman man, that type of thing. But if you can go get this 5, don't pass on the 5, shooting for the 10, and then the 10 ain't there and the 5 is gone, right? And that's what you saw a lot on Saturday. You're going to hit the sure thing. So the sure thing is going to be dominating the middle of the field. That's what they're going to want to do. You're going to hit a Luke Reynolds, and Luke Reynolds is an absolute monster. He's going to be that guy in the middle of the field. But as teams go in the middle during the year, they're going to try to take that away. But you've got capable guys on the outside. Aiden Green is a guy who can get it done. Casel Brown can get it done. Tyshaw, I always mess my man's name up. Tyshaw Denmark, he can get it done. Chance Wiggins had a good day, and I was so excited for him because he had been battling with a little bit of injury, and he was pushing through, and that's what he did and scored there. And so I'm excited about him. I'm always excited about the kid. So I mean, I'm just glad he's running around free, and he was out there open and things of that nature. So that's going to happen. That's the maturation. So they're going to go from it's going from being awkward to mechanical to being natural. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the being awkward is I'm going to take the sure thing and taking the tight end. But as they get more comfortable, they'll start taking those shots down the field. And you've got the guys on the outside to be able to do that. What I saw from the offensive line, you really didn't get the full, take of the offensive line. Howland hasn't practiced at all.
Yeah.
You know, I saw him on the sideline. He was on the white side. Those are the guys who are quote unquote injured, but he hasn't played yet. Justin Terry, he's coming into his own. You know, I got a report for everybody. Tommy Wilder is 6'7", 322 pounds right now.
Your boy done grown.
He getting big, baby. He probably gonna show up. He gonna show up at campus 325, 330. So he'll be there in 6 weeks. So I think you're gonna have where you said 6 to 8. I think you might have 10 guys who can play, and that hasn't happened at Virginia Tech since I've been here. I don't know when the last time we had 10 guys.
We finally got tackles in the building, Chris.
Man, you finally got offensive linemen in the building, man. So you got 10 guys who can play, man. So I'm just glad, you know. Big Franco didn't lie to us, man. I think we're good to go.
My guy, Mr. Christopher.
What's up, baby? How you doing,
I'm
man?
just trying to be like you when I grew up. I told you what I said, big fella.
Listen, man. I'm always trying to be like you. What's up, Will?
Stop it. I just want to say, hey. I didn't even want to say shit. I just want to say what's up to Chris.
What's up, man?
I heard y'all saying I fucked up somebody's shit earlier. I ain't do nothing.
Okay.
I went inside. I was minding my own damn business. Mm-hmm. Next thing I knew, Will messed somebody up.
Oh man, it's all good. But yeah, man, I was excited about what I saw. As you can see, man, Coach Franklin's got his finger on everything, and he knows that people are looking at him to say, hey, how do we get these guys to move further? Because I think the knock on him is that he's got a guy who's going into the draft, Drew Aller, that everybody feels like he didn't get the most out of him. He's had the knock on him that he hasn't had that quote-unquote breakout wide receiver, but you got guys around him. I just think if everybody's patient and allow this thing to just develop, we'll get to where we want to get to. I'm officially on the USS I'm Lying. And you know, I've already took the mooring lines off, and I'm ready to get this thing out in the water. Tally, you awful daggone quiet, man. Come on, man.
I was gonna say that earlier. I'm glad I'm back on here.
Being all cute over there, man. What's up?
Nah, man. I wasn't able to go to the spring game, so I'm just listening to the experts and seeing what the fields was, how people was liking it. Like I said at the beginning, I was trying to get the lay of the land, and you know, all I got to see was a couple of videos from different people, parents, and stuff like that. What I can say is there was some linemen that was ducking to get off the bus. I haven't seen that in a long time. I'm not sure who all of them was, but I know it was some people ducking to get off the bus. So
real quick, who was it? Y'all seen that YouTube video today where the D lineman was it Malachi? Is it Williams?
Yeah, Malachi Williams. Yeah.
And this is no pun on Cunningham at all. That man was putting Antoine Ryland moves on people in that video. I'm kind of curious to see what the D line really looks like. I've heard 6 deep at DN. I've heard there might be an injury on the D tackle line, but outside of that, I mean, you got to be 4 or 6 deep competitive. At least 4, right?
Yeah, you got you got Elijah Fall, you got Kamari Copeland, you got Gerard Johnson, you got Eric Mensah, you got those guys inside.
What's the kid? Arika?
Yeah.
Randy Arika. Yeah.
Arika?
I think real quick, Willie, let me just say this, just from conversations that we've had, not only with Chris, but other people, it's the way the floor has been raised.
100%. I agree.
I mean, the way the floor has been raised is because you feel right now like when we used to say what you want to say. We could say, man, maybe 4 or 5 deep, yada yada, and you kind of felt like, man, that's like perfect case scenario. I don't feel like saying 5 or 6 deep at D end is like perfect case scenario. I think that's legitimately can happen. I think we talked last week, Chris. I know you were listening. We're talking about being 6 deep at wide receiver. I think it's going to – and it's not going to be a blink. It's not going to be like as long as these kids develop and this happens and this happens. It's like, no, I think we're just going to be this deep. Like I think the floor is raised so much. It's like there's enough places you can play on, those specific positions, but it's like it's not a pipe dream anymore. Like, you just feel like just looking at the tape on these guys and seeing their backgrounds, it's like, it's truly, when we start talking depth, it's like, I don't think I'm pipe dreaming anymore. Like, I truly think that this is actually going to happen for numerous positions where it's going to be like, well, you know, so-and-so and so-and-so got banged up, and it's like, I don't care. The next two are just as good, and they are going to be able to continue to carry it on, where last year and for the last few years, maybe even the last decade, it's just felt like so-and-so got hurt. Oh, crap.
Yeah. I mean, depth is real. And when you talk about college football, if you don't have depth, you don't have a whole lot, because there's only so much that front line can do.
Yeah, people gonna be hurt.
Especially on defense. You talk about the amount of snaps that these guys are going to have to play. You got to be almost too deep at every position on defense to feel really good about your defensive situation. And that's even before you start factoring in injuries, just because you got to have bodies that are rolling in and out of there. A little bit different on the offensive side. You know, you're going to have, some kind of primary subs. But when we talk about that side, wide receivers, where you're going to see most rotation there, you're going to see those guys work in and out. When they're running, 2 or 3 long routes in a row, you're going to see guys moving in and on and off the field. So, I mean, that's really important. And obviously we know what we got with Hawk. We got Overton in there as well. So, you at least got 2 really good running backs that you can rely on when the fall rolls around. You mix in a couple other guys. That's going to be a pretty deep room as well. So feeling good there. I mean, there's not really a position that I feel bad about, and the depth has been raised across the board. So, I mean, it's really all about going out there, executing the game plan, and making sure you don't fall into that pattern of letting some of those close games get away from you at the end.
And you're spot on with that. You're spot on with that, Brian. I think if you come off the field, when you get your opportunity to get on, you're going to know your assignment. You're going to want to go make a play, because you don't know when you might get back in. I mean, if Jeff goes out, Hawk will come in. We still haven't seen Messiah Mickens, and he's going to come in, and he's going to come in and play. And like Coach Franklin said, Bill Davis, in the past, we would get a transfer guy in, and we'd be looking for that guy to be, he's going to come and bring a load. And Bill Davis got to fight to get snaps. He's going to have to fight to get snaps, man. And that's what you want to have. So you're right. If you go 10 personnel, you can walk out Aiden Green, Brown on one side. You can put Snook Peterkin on the outside, and then you can turn around and put the kid in the slot, or Takai Heath. If somebody gets nicked up, you don't feel like, oh my God, Brown goes out, but Takai Heath's right there, and he's ready to go out there and produce, right? We haven't seen Marlon Jackson yet. It is so, like you said, they have raised the floor so high, and now you're looking at the sick, before we like, hey, if our frontline guys go down, we're in trouble. That's not the case. If one of our frontline guys go down, you got a guy just as good, just as explosive, and go to work.
Or to say, I'm going to cut you off, Chris. My bad, dog. I was just going to say, too, think about it from this standpoint. Like, Hawkins and Overton do their thing all game. We're actually up by 6, 7, whatever. Call it what you want. And then all you got to do is have Bill Davis just pound up the middle and actually get some push for the first time in years. Right? They're not hitting a stone wall, hit 2 yards in the backfield. Because they're fresh on the O-line in the first place.
Yeah,
you can close out games for the first time in years.
Yeah.
And I have to worry about passing it for 3 yards and out or 4 yards and out to get that first down. We had a hope Kyron would hit.
So I know we discussed.
I don't mean that to sound like shit talking. I'm just saying it from a standpoint of physical football.
Yeah, but this is the thing, though. I know we talking a lot about players and personnel and depth and stuff like that, which is great. All the discussion is great because that's what I want. But guess what? Let's address the elephant in the room, because that shit don't matter. Right now, it don't matter. I want to know what the fuck was Coach Pry doing on that sideline. He got fired, and he back in the building. This was his first time being in front of that many fans since he got his ass ran all over by ODU and ran out of town, but really didn't leave town. So all of the players being healthy or not healthy or who's going to play, we don't know what team we're going to see going into fall camp.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a lot of stuff that still got to transpire before the end. I want to know from the people who was there, what did that coaching staff look like? And specifically, what did that defensive coordinator look like? Going through the pregame, going through, warm-ups, going through. That's the stuff that if I was there, that's what I would be looking at it. Because, again, I like Coach Pryor. I think he's a great guy. You know what I'm saying? He's came on the show a couple of times, and he's very charismatic, but I don't care about that. I want to win. So my question to the chat, to Chris, Brian, I know you guys was there. What we getting out of the defensive coordinator right now?
You want to run it, Brian, or I can run it from what I saw?
You can run it. Go for it.
Listen, he looks absolutely comfortable in his skin. I had a chance to see him and talk to him, and he seems relaxed. He's like back in his element. I think the one thing that he ended up doing for us a couple of years is he was away from what he likes to do. And he just wants to coach football, man. He just wants to be able to coach guys, tell them what they need to be able to do, and walk them through it. And he's just back in his element. Some guys are meant to be head coaches, and some guys are just meant to be great coordinators. And I think Brent Pryor is just meant to be a great coordinator. And that's what he did. He had, his guys were on point. They didn't make mistakes. The guys that he's got in his different places, Coach Midget, Coach, I think it's Nick. I want to call him Nick.
Nick Perry.
Yeah, Nick Perry. Yeah, Nick Perry. I was gonna call him another name, but those guys are just coaching their guys up, and he was fine, man. He was fine being in the building. Didn't pull his pen pad out. Had his shades on. And man, he looking refreshed, man. And so I think Brent Pryor, you're gonna get the best out of Brent Pryor, and that's what we wanted.
But from the standpoint of, imagine if you got demoted, still made the same money, and had half the responsibility.
And man,
the amount of effort you put in that job to make your name again, because life goes on after this, right?
Listen, hey man, Franklin had told us before, I was going to take jobs elsewhere, and I was taking Brent Pryor with me. He was taking Brent Pryor with him because Brent Pryor.
Even if that was a pitch, can he coach linebackers?
Oh, he can coach. Well,
absolutely.
Hey, I put it to
and
this
yet,
way.
that alone will make us okay.
He's got we could say it. He's got better linebackers than he's had before. Let's just be honest, man.
Money's a hell of a drug, ain't it?
Hey, let's talk a little bit. One thing I want to say, Tally, I don't know if you noticed this. It's not full. Pryor's got a little bit of a mullet going on. And he's got the shades on, and he looks like a different human being from a comfortability standpoint.
He's rocking the mullet.
He's got a little bit of a mullet going on in the back, like not a lot,
not a full one, but
just south of normal, of normal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we are an SEC football team. Okay, I got it.
Listen to me. Listen, if Denzel Washington can fly a plane drunk. I
don't even know what the fuck he's gonna say, but I like it. All right.
He's like, where is this going? All right. He's gonna land the plane. He's gonna fucking land the plane.
Or both of them. I don't care what he is, but I need to see energy. I just need to see some life on that sideline. You know what I'm saying? Because
I think I said this earlier before I bounced off. I was like, just fly around and knock the shit out of people. Be physical.
I mean,
be fast as fuck.
The thing that we knew about James Franklin was that he's gonna get people in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Which Brett Pryor did a job of it. I would say, no discount to what he did. He raised the level of talent that we get in Blacksburg.
He did. With less money. And then you get James Franklin. So the talent and the recruits and things like that, I'm like, that is great. I'm glad that we're doing it because I love to get into recruiting, even though I try to stay out of it, and Curtis keeps on pushing me back in it. I know that we're going to get the guys there, but I want to know, once we get them there, what are we going to do? How are we – we can't keep – we got to beat Miami or Clemson this year, one way or the other. And we're going to beat one of the two. I promise we beat one of the two. And I'll put something on that.
You got 4 games. You got 4 to 5 games that will, you can officially say you're back. You go to Maryland. If you can go beat Maryland on their field, you do your thing. You come back on a Friday night in Blacksburg and beat Pittsburgh, that's a statement. Then you turn around, you take a trip down to SMU, play SMU, get a dub there, and Clemson. Then, you get down to the last 2 games of the season, you 8-1, 9-0, go to Miami. You've already beat Miami before. I don't care what nobody say. When I gotta get Charlotte to help you beat me, I whooped your ass. And I told every Miami fan when they went to go play Indiana this year, y'all weren't gonna be Indiana. So I believe if you get me to that point, and I'm starting to get everybody filled out, and you gotta defend the middle of the field with both of my tight ends, and my wide receivers can win. So. Yep. Listen, man, I've done this for the last 3 years. I've booked a room in Charlotte for the past 3 years. It ain't going to be no different this year. I'm going to book a room in Charlotte until they prove me wrong that I got to cancel it. So that's where I'm at with it.
Well, Chris, Will, I appreciate y'all. We got somebody else in the green room. We got to get on here.
I'm good, man. I'll get out, man. But, hey, man, it's always, like I say in the back, man, it's always a great time to be a Hokie. And man, I'm glad to see you guys. Curtis, thank you. I know you're live now. You're not in the witness protection program. I know you were live. So that was more important to me.
Listen, Chris. I will make a promise. I will respond at least once a day when I get a message from you. Once a day.
That's all
I'm alive.
Dog. That's all I need, man.
Chris will be driving to Richmond trying to be like, Curtis, you okay? Like, I'm worried about you.
Before y'all cut us out of here, I just want to know, hey, I'm going to be at Clemson. I know Chris is going to be at Clemson.
I'll be at Clemson. Yeah.
Y'all come on down here. Me and Chris already got it hooked up. We already talked about it.
Yeah. So,
Cal, you coming?
Good.
There we go.
Don't shake the head if you don't mean it. You and wife, you better be there, bro.
I'm going to be with Chris.
Because my wife's going to be pissed the fuck off. I don't want to have to deal with that.
I can't tell him we'll be there.
True married man right there.
I'm shaking with y'all right now.
Hey, my wife has actually been the one that's been looking for the tickets for us. So she's got some kind of discount thing through her hospital she works for. So
hit me up. Hit me up. We'll figure it out so we get tickets together near Chris. Because Brian, I know you're gonna be there, right?
Let me see what I can do.
Stop it. Curtis, I've never met you, bro, but you go ahead and bring your ass.
That's it, man. Hey, man, good night. Hey, man, good seeing y'all, man. I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all be blessed.
Appreciate y'all.
Y'all be easy. Peace.
All right. From these knuckleheads.
Let's get him in here. The Godfather himself.
Oh, we clicked at the same time. There he is.
Hey, now when somebody talks about a man missing in action,
it's true. He gives me grief.
The White has been all over the place. How you doing,
gentlemen? Hey, what's up?
D White, what's happening, man?
Hey, man, I'm blessed, man. I've been between my business and between my son and my youngest daughter, and getting ready for my oldest daughter to graduate. I mean, my 3 kids. And my clients, I've been swamped. I've been busy, man. So things are slowing down just for these next few weeks, So I was like, you know what? I'm in my home office. I was like, let me jump on here with my guys, man. The best podcast in the game, and run my mouth a little bit about Virginia Tech football. This year in my office, where I watch Tech, I got like a little stress ball. I'm getting older, so I got to make sure I got something to calm me down. Hey, look, though, I just want to speak on a few things, man, and then I know y'all got other people that want to jump on. I was listening to Chris do an excellent breakdown of some stuff. I literally took it back to like the presidential debates and took some notes.
Hey.
So one thing he was saying about, Virginia Tech being back, I'm part of that group that created the expectations that everybody wants to get back to, right? You'll know Virginia Tech is back with 2 things, and that's when they learn how to close and finish games, and they're winning more than 4 or 5 games, meaning the standard for Virginia Tech was between 9.5, 10, and 11 games. So if Virginia Tech is winning 10 to 11 games, then they're back. And then maybe a third component is physicality. I feel like during the latter part of the Fuente years, And here the last few years with Prague, Virginia Tech just wasn't physical. And I don't mean like Caleb Woodson and my God, what you call it, the safety from Phoebus that Chris was talking about, hitting people out of bounds. Jordan Bass. Yeah, I'm not talking about hitting guys late. I'm talking about physicality on offense and defense where you can get on 3rd and 1, you don't get stuffed at the line of scrimmage, or you don't stop a guy on 4th and 1 and their power gets pushed forward. So that's a combination of knowing what you're supposed to do and your strength and conditioning program. Another thing, man, too, is like, the excitement is infectious. I do think that Franklin is definitely going to give some structure and accountability to practice, but just from a standpoint of somebody that's been in that locker room, somebody that has played this game at a high level, the one thing that's never talked about until we start winning or losing, and you're not going to really be able to tell from the spring game, but I'm curious to see who the leaders are this year. You can't really get an article about leaders and leadership when it comes to like a spring game or spring practice. But one big issue I've seen is that we haven't had leaders, and I mean, that's also because, and this is no shot at any kid, because I know several kids at the Virginia Tech program, but, I keep it real. Nobody in this program, as far as the players coming in or the players returning, not one Hokie on this roster has ever really won at the collegiate level. Nobody on this roster has won. So as much as the vibes are good, as much as we can talk about the depth and the DNs, they got to learn and show not just us as fans and media guys. They got to prove to themselves they know how to win. And that starts with beating the brakes off VMI and boat race in Maryland. If you go to Maryland and you win 19-14, you got problems. If you win a dogfight with VMI at halftime, you got problems. So to me, the measuring stick is coming out and knowing how to play physical football and understanding your assignments. I mean, depth is one thing and money helps, but it's a lot of teams. I've said this before in our group chat. There's a lot of programs that don't have as much NIL money as Tech, and they had 9 to 10, 11 wins. So money gets you more talent, but a lot of these guys we got, bro, they got to show they know how to win. Like, and that's not saying, because Jeffrey Overton Jr., I know him since he was 6 years old. He's always been a winner, but at the collegiate level, none of these guys in that locker room can talk about winning. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to be the voice of reason. I know there's a lot of excitement. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like we gotta kind of be a
temper
little
the
bit
expectations.
More, like let's calm down. Let's calm down. And I'm not saying calm down with the energy, but I was watching Tally when I was in the waiting room in the studio, and I was watching Tally. I said, Tally is looking like how I'm feeling and thinking, because he brought up the fact that how is Prague going to handle the defensive coordinator position? You can't go off a spring game because it's a glorified scrimmage, inter-squad scrimmage. We'll know, given the adjustments on the road in a hostile environment. We'll know if we get up 13-0 and we push the lead to 27-0. That's how you know the adjust, not because of what we did last weekend. You can't. That's And my last point, you guys can talk about it. I wasn't at the spring game and they didn't televise it, but we got the running backs of the playmakers. I know we got a bunch of receivers, but we really don't have we haven't seen a consistent group of receivers that have made plays like the guys like Jared Boykin, Danny Cole. We need that, Tech's usually, when Tech is usually balling, and I'm including the tight ends too, they usually have a tight end or two, or they have a group of receivers that extend the field, like make plays down the field. We have not really had anybody you fear from a standpoint of, this guy may break it, other than Khalil Herbert. Jeffrey Overton Jr., he's been that guy, but, again, that's just my thoughts, gentlemen.
Yeah, and Dwight, you make some good points there, and one of the things that you talked about that stuck with me is like the guys, even the transfers, all these guys, they haven't won at the Power 4 level. Like the best guy on the roster that's played Power 4 football has 7 wins in one season. That's the best we're talking about.
Yep.
So, these guys are, they played on bowl caliber teams, but they haven't played the type of level that we want to get to, what our aspirations are. And to that point, they got to come in here and prove that they can get it done and get it done against those teams. And I'm going to shout out Vito, our buddy Don V, because he's been on our preseason panel a few times. And Dwight, since you brought up being back and things like that, like one of the things he always talks about, we say, what are the key games on the schedule? What games do you watch? And he's going to say, we need to beat the dog shit out of ODU.
Thank you.
See that first. We
Game
need to beat the
2.
dog shit out of VMI. Like that's the things that like we need to go ahead and that needs to not be a game by the middle of the second quarter.
Yeah. Hey, I'm on that panel with y'all too. I said the same thing. Like to me, Clemson and Miami, I never worry about Tech, even when we've been down against the teams that are like the standard, because like I said, when Miami came to town last year, even when we were on the road a couple of years ago when Felton couldn't hold on to that football, Virginia Tech's going to play those kind of games tough because kids look at their name. They know about who's really good. To me, when we get back to the standard, it's when you boat race a team that you are better than, not pull away late in the fourth quarter against an inferior opponent. Because when you can step on somebody's throat, then you know that, okay, we got a squad. To me, it's like, basically playing with a sense of urgency. And that includes the coaches. Tally touched on something him and I talked about many times in post-game Twitter spaces. Energy, man. Like energy, like too many guys, too much talk about like wings and dip and French fries and traveling to the 757. And then when the lights came on, I saw coaches running back and forth, almost like their headset didn't work, guys getting lost in coverage. To me, again, I am anticipating, and I have a level of anticipation and excitement for this season because I want to see if Franklin can bring the structure and the excitement regarding like knowing what you're supposed to do on 3rd and 8. Like, we were very poor when it came to ball hawking in the secondary. This is a program that was mentioned for decades as one of the top programs for defensive backs. Again, I know they're bringing in talent, but they got to show me and guys like me and women as well that understand when you talk about achieving, you got to be winners. Like all this talk about talent and we got depth, that shit is fun. I'm excited. But does the depth know how to win? Does it not shoot itself in the foot, when we hold a team on 3rd down, but then there's a flag on the play because we've been holding the secondary? Or you got Wake Forest on the rocks. On the rope, but then you have a dumb penalty on special teams. Right. Like, think about the games we gave away last year against teams like Wake Forest, other programs, because of not understanding time and football situations. So I know I didn't mean to come and rain on the parade. I'm excited too. Don't let I'm just being real.
No, that's my questions and things too, Dwight. So the one thing that I can say kind of gives me hope. I don't even want to use the word hope. The one thing I can look at and just have some kind of, constructive criticism or some things that we can look forward to is we'll go, I hate to bring up old coaches, but when you go back to the Fuente era, right? So for Fuente came in, Fuente had a
stacked roster.
He had a stacked roster. He had a G5 staff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's a pretty good X's and O's coach himself, but a lot of the people who he had on staff was kind of unknown, and that's okay. It was a couple of good coaches out of his staff. I think Vince Weiss was a pretty good coach, but again, when we ain't got to go into all of it. When you neglect the state that you're in and talk shit about that state, it's not gonna work. So then you move on to the Pry era, right? So the Pry era, Pry's a great guy, but the coaches that he brought in, who was a certified winner? When Dwight talks about the players coming in and who, these guys haven't been winners on the collegiate level, where that happens and where you make up for that is coaching. So now when you bring in James Franklin, what gives me a little bit of a promise is James Franklin is a winner. All right. We know that no matter who wants to talk crap about him, he has won. Go look at his record. You go look at somebody like Coach Chaos. That's a winning coach. Coached in the playoffs last year. You look at Anthony Midget, a winner. You go look at Jared Ferguson. You go look at Lucy. These are winners in the coaching staff. So I think the problem that we had is that we didn't have no winners. And I think Pry can be a winner. I just don't think he's a winning head coach. He was a winning defensive coordinator. So that's what I'm looking at now. And that's what like I'm excited to see, but also a little bit anxious and nervous about like how these coaching staff gonna gel together. Because that's like when I was looking at, everybody was looking at what teams players was on. I was looking at the bottom of that list and seeing the list of coaches. It's like 30 coaches on each team. If you got 30 coaches over here and 30 coaches over here, that means you got 60 coaches or 60 people who helping with this program. Somebody got to know how to win. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you, boss.
So I'm like, that's what I'm hopeful for, because I'm like, I hope we ain't just up here, because I feel like we've been up here country clubbing for some years, and I'm tired of that. Like, I want some people to get to the business.
Dwight, first and foremost, man, good to see you, big homie. Always love talking to you, man. You know, we have some other conversations that's crazy. We was having that Hubert Davis conversation other couple of weeks ago, which was crazy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah. But going back to this, so when I went up, I had the opportunity. I went up the week prior to watch the last scrimmage before the spring game. So I was there that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So that the wide receivers and the offense was whooping the defense's ass. And on Saturday, the offense, they had like an angle tackle drill. My kid did something a little crazy, but nevertheless, that was the last competition the offense won that day, because the defense came out and whooped their ass in that scrimmage. But this was kind of going back to what you were saying about changing the mentality of certain things. So the offense had got to play. The defense had made a stop, and two guys had gotten into a fight, right? So Franklin turns around, Dwight, sends those two guys to the far end of the field. They got to do 250 damn up downs. They said, if you want to it's a family show. If you want to fucking fight, go over there and fucking start doing up downs, because that ain't gonna win us football games. There was a play that the defense had stopped the offense, but then they had a penalty about it. He fucking lost it. He said, that selfish kind of play is what loses us football games. We get a stop, we're all getting ready to get off the field, and then the defense makes a play that calls a personal foul and gives the offense 15 yards. And those are the things, man, that, like you were saying, the dumb plays at the end of the game that end up losing you games, that's changing, okay? That's changing. So, and I've seen that firsthand. So when I was watching it, watching it from your eyes, because like I said, you're about legacy, but the one thing you've said for the last 3 years, and me and you've been talking, is you got to make new memories. And you make new memories by having the habits of winners. And having a championship mentality is what Franklin is bringing to the table. So you're right. Until you turn the set, we can be as happy as pigs in slop right now, but until you boat race like 2 or 3 teams that you're supposed to whoop, and then go in and you sit there and smoke a cigar, because I'm going to make you smoke with me, and we beat the brakes off of Maryland in Maryland, it really don't matter.
Hey, look, and I will be at Maryland. We talked about it in the chat, and I'm going to say this. You know, I got spoiled, and I'm not talking about back in my day. I'm talking about post my day, Tyrod and those guys, and Cam and Macho and those guys, because I think we talked about this in the season thing, preseason thing we always do with Boundary, is that one thing about Virginia Tech football, it was a very comforting feeling to know that when you play whoever that was inferior, even if it was a Power 4 team that you were better, you knew, even if it was scoreless in the first quarter, you knew Tech was going to step on their throat. And and you know, one of the things that we talk about is, well, we have this guy. From all of y'all have played and competed in some capacity in sports, right? Part of being dominant in championship mentality is understanding not only how to win, but it's also knowing what you're supposed to do on certain plays. And I feel like in the last handful of years, we will show flashes, but we still don't really have an identity I'm excited with the pro style offense that we're seeing in the tight ends, because how many times have I tweeted and said in our group chat, please, for the love of God, use the tight end. Also, to me, in a pro style offense, when you have linemen and you have depth and you have the running backs you do, it makes the receivers and quarterbacks' job so much friendly. It's a very quarterback friendly offense, right? Because it's not about misdirection. It's basically an attitude, and the identity has to be there. And I know it's not sexy and exciting for fans, but you will love them wins a lot more than you will love that spread offense when you just chucking the ball down the field. So I am excited about that. I just as a fan and an alumni from a player perspective, I want to see a disciplined yet nasty team. Like those teams, I'm not talking about back in the day. I'm talking about even the Strowman and Edmond guys. Those teams were nasty. And what's that comment say? We were better than Maryland. Their coach was ready to fight Frank again.
That's true.
Right.
It's very true.
Yeah. But I mean, no, but and again, I don't know if you know this, Brian and Curtis, but you know, if you guys been covering Tech a long time, Tally, you've been as well watching it and being on the show. But I like when people hated Tech. I like when the opponents hated us and the fans, because we took over your stadium. The fans did, and the field on the field, the players and the team took over their trap. So it was one of those things where we were assholes. We were so physical, and I know you can't go back in time. I'm not trying to make it back in it. I'm talking about just the identity, knowing and having comfort that even if I couldn't make it to the game, when I put it on at 3:30, we knew what we were going to do. So I'm glad that you broke it down, Chris. I ain't going to talk too much longer, Curtis and B and Tally. I just wanted to share my thoughts because I love the feeling we have. I talked to Anthony Midget, and I talked to him and Jared Ferguson at unfortunate situation, Ryan Whitaker's funeral. And I asked about some guys, Peanut, linebacker, Lauren Johnson's son, Sheldon Robinson, a kid I've known since he was 8 years old. Safety.
Big Sheldo, big Sheldo.
Sheldo's my guy, very good. And some other guys on this team. So there's talent. I'm just curious to see how it's going to come out. So,
and man, listen, you talk this, man, but you know, I can see a whole bunch of folks show up, man, but I need you back in the building, big dog. I need you to come down and bless us with your presence, man. I know you're busy. I know y'all ain't making
no, hold on.
Come on, man.
I'm no. I'm busy, but I will. I had. Let me tell y'all something, and I know y'all got a lot of people watching, so I don't care who hears this. When you talk about, and again, this ain't about me. This is y'all show, but y'all are my brothers. I have done so much. I'm talking about post-career. I've done so much for this program, from speaking at the memorial service on 9/11. I mean, for the 9/11, honoring those people that were brutally murdered at Virginia Tech, to writing a column for Rivals and 247, from doing the 2013 Spring Game broadcast on ESPN. I've, my own podcast, interviewed some of the greats. When Virginia Tech fell to what we were before Franklin got here, it does something to me where it's unexplainable. It ruptures my soul. So I'm not avoiding anything. I just can't be around it. Now, Franklin and the guys there now, I'm willing, it's a new regime, but I could not walk into that stadium and sit there and watch them play with their food and dismantle something that me and my brothers worked so hard to build. Like, anybody that's watching, or anybody, I don't care if you do softball, baseball, if you part of something special, if you're in a fraternity or sorority, or you help lay down bricks and build your house, and you see where someone comes in your house and they pissing on your toilet,
I understand,
and they messing with your remote,
right.
I don't want, I'm old now, but I will still confront you. So I had to kind of take a step back.
So can we? Can you give? So when we. Because see, VMI is like a glorified scrimmage. We all can we agree that that's kind of like a.
Well, no. We want it to feel like a glorified.
Okay, so once we smoke VMI, a throat punch ODU, come to Maryland and smoke Maryland. Can we get here for the whole fan base? Can we get you in the building on and then go to Boston College and win? Can we get you in the building on a Friday night against Pitt? Can I get you there? Can I get that from you?
When I watch it and the O-line is able to pick up TE stunts and we're picking up blitzes, even if the receiver drops the ball, if I see my O-line picking up and showing some competency and understands the down and distance, it's 3rd and 7, it's going to be a sight adjust, make the quarterback makes the throw. If I see those things that these guys are supposed to be knowing how to do, I'm going to definitely show up. You guys understand until 2 years ago, let me tell y'all something. Even when I got waived in the league, before 2 years ago, I had made 17 straight spring games. I had never missed a spring game. I went to road games when Jimmy Williams and those guys were playing. So I was like carving out time. I still remember staying up till 4 a.m. when Matt Ryan broke my heart.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? So like I can tell you,
you brought it up.
Like,
you brought it up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, Chris, I'm gonna show up. I just want to be able to trust it.
I know you ain't got another team. I know this is your only team. You don't root for nobody else but the Hokies. But when we do that, I just need to be able to get a picture with my big homie the building at Pitt when we come in on a Friday night. That's all.
First of all, not first of all, but probably fifth of all, I've been talking. I'm about to jump off. But look, first of all, one good thing that I'm a very philosophical and spiritual person. One blessing out of all this, win or lose, is I got tight with you, Chris, and tight with Curtis.
No doubt.
B, I call him B, Brian, and Tally. Y'all my brothers. So like we got our chat, but I promote everything y'all do. And I met some other good people. I want the vibes to be, when you win, everything feels better, bro.
Yep.
Like
no doubt.
I don't care.
Everything tastes better.
And when you win, everything. Look, y'all don't understand, dog. When we used to beat Miami and we were winning 11, I used to walk around Northern Virginia. I was like Frank Lucas. Like,
you was Lukey out there, right? You know what I'm saying? I understand.
My man.
That's when American Gangster, when he walking and his brothers are behind him,
right
down the sidewalk. That's how I was walking when we were winning in Blacksburg. But
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I know Curtis, you got a show to run. I'm gonna jump off. I just wanted to
y'all tonight, man.
I wanted to get that out in the atmosphere because that's what I want. Because of all the things that you've talked about,
he wanted it on tape.
I want
trying to get Dwight back to Blacksburg.
That I can get the big homie, the godfather of Blacksburg that brought all the talent. See, as people try to call me, I'm the godfather of someplace. You're the godfather of Blacksburg. And I gotta get you back in the building, dog.
I want, you know what, man, for real. And you know what? I can say this now. Everybody know I recruited Mike and Marcus to Tech.
Yeah.
But I Greg Stroman, Tim Settle, Lee Suggs, like Ron Wood. I joke Beamer every time I see Frank Beamer. I say, hey, yo, where my statue at? I'm like, no doubt. I said, where my statue at, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, I carried the flag for a long time, man. But yeah, bro, like, hey, but I will say this, man. I don't follow the recruit as much as I used to, but I will say the talent, it feels good. I saw somebody trolling. That might have been Joe Rogers. Somebody was trolling saying it feels good to be competing against Big Ten and SEC schools and no longer Toledo and Akron.
I saw that earlier today too.
That's true.
Hey, look at Brian. Look at put up Uncle Joey's comment. He says no championships. Put that up right quick. So Uncle Joey, thank you for showing, man. No publicity is bad publicity. It is a Tuesday night at either 9 at 10.
It is 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock on the East Coast.
My wife's looking at me like that.
But you watching a Virginia Tech show with no championships, and y'all still ain't got no ACC championships. Get the fuck out of here, man. And go to bed. Y'all played the national championship game last year.
Was that one of the 2007 people at their bullshit spring game who commented that just
bro, you came in here to a Virginia Tech show talking about some no championships. We know it ain't no championships. Y'all ain't got no ACC championships. And you didn't get no championship last year. So
hey man,
thank you for showing up.
Hey man, whenever Miami fans come and say something like that, I just always ask them, clean up all that red and white damn confetti that Indiana threw in your shit and stomped your fucking couch out on national TV. Well, they was talking so much trash about how they were gonna boat race that team, and I told them that their coach was fraudulent. So clean up that goddamn confetti. We'll be down there in November. Have your ass in the building. I don't want none of that.
See, but look, real quick. That right there and what Tally did, what Chris just said and what Tally just did, that's what I want the players to do. I know I'm the OG, I'm the I'm just telling you, like, if there was one game in my 5 years, and even as an alumni, when we played Miami, it was so personal. The reason why it became a rivalry, because we were a thorn in their side. I give them credit. They got the chips, but that's a historical perspective. That's a history lesson. Because, like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you ain't won the ACC, and to me,
last time I won it.
I want to start beating them again.
When the last time Miami won a championship?
2000.
Bro, if I was still in high school when y'all won a championship, man, I'm 40 years old. You in the same position we you. You ain't seeing shit just like we ain't seeing shit.
That's right.
You in the same spot
and we got an opportunity to fuck up their shit this year because they think they're running the ACC this year.
Shoot.
They think they're running the ACC this year.
Dummy. Okay, bro. No problem. No problem, man. You still lost. It don't matter if you was underdog, overdog, behind the dog. Doggy style. You lost.
Doggy style.
You lost, bro.
Yo, man. Hey, man. The boss telling me to get off the phone, man. Good talking to y'all brothers, man.
Peace, Chris.
I'll talk to y'all soon, man.
See you, Dwight.
Hey, I see y'all, man. Y'all stay up.
Appreciate you.
Later, Dwight.
Later, Dwight. Later, Chris.
Phil, why do you got a picture full of
that was
food?
awesome.
Phil, what, am I looking at wings and nachos?
Can't hear anything.
That's the most high plate I've ever seen. That's like chips, celery, and
wings.
Like, what's going on, Phil?
It's wings, man. Phil, can you hear us? Phil?
He can't hear nothing.
I don't think he hears shit.
No, he can't. Look at Brian. Back.
Hey, my cat going at it.
Hear you? Phil?
While we work on getting Phil. All right. So we had Dwight on, we had Chris on. That was some good discussion.
But it's true.
That's because y'all ain't won one.
Well, you can say who cares about a championship if we want to say it. I mean, you care about winning, so you ain't won it.
You care.
Of course.
But it's the funny point you made there for a second. Hold on, we're gonna kick this one off. I'm gonna put this one on.
Shout out to all my Miami fans out there.
Can you hear us now, Phil?
Yo, can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Let's
now
go.
You're there.
Let's go.
Let's go. Was that sweet to be in the middle of that right there?
That was pretty sweet. I didn't get my chance to say when he said Eddie Lucas, I was like, my man. Like that's that is the line in that movie. And I was like, that was it. No, Dwight's the man, because I was exactly what I was gonna say. Like, man, there's a shitload of people drinking some orange maroon, that sounds gross, Kool-Aid. And like I know we got talent. I'm not gonna drink it. I refuse to drink the Kool-Aid until we beat the shit, like you said, out of VMI. Like, we got to beat VMI. We got to beat Old Dominion convincingly. Like, I don't give a shit about, I don't know, man. And I'm also disappointed in Brian for not coming up with a better name for the show this week, not related to the parachute guy hanging from the scoreboard. like hanging with the crew or something like that. Come on, come on, man. Like, I don't, that's okay. I'm not mad. But my real question, I love it.
So earlier, I was glitching a little bit when people was talking about the parachute. I was seeing it and they were saying, "Oh, that's a bad omen." I'm like, "No, it ain't a bad omen because he almost died." Like,
exactly.
I ain't trying to be funny, but like if the scoreboard didn't stop him, it may have been worse. Or if he lands on top of somebody, then what happens? Like, if he's walking around, hey man, that's just the Virginia Tech way. It don't go our way, but sometimes it comes out okay. So I don't look at it as a bad omen, but go ahead.
Well, no, that's a good omen. I heard too that we actually going to get an insurance payment on that. Curtis might be able to chime in on that. That basically like we get the insurance to fix the scoreboard that we're then going to tear down and replace. So we make some money out of it
We get
too.
to make some money out of it. Yes.
I think we're going to sign a backups long snapper with that money.
Hey,
So
so
it should be
basically,
good.
we're the demo is going to be free
Should be
because
awesome.
whatever the insurance claim is going to pay
I do
for
have
the
a question
demo.
though. Quarter, look, everything's great. Everything's amazing. We're going to be so good, unstoppable, like 6-0. Here we go. But like, what happens? One, if Grunkmeyer gets hurt, okay, because there ain't shit behind him. There ain't shit. And I hope we have an offensive line that can protect the passing quarterback. Who was the last passing quarterback Virginia Tech has had?
Glennon.
I was hoping. I was going to say Drunken Miller. Like, yeah, that's Glennon. Maybe, yeah, Glennon. So
but
damn,
hold on,
Dwight blocked for him.
But Grunkmeyer is not a statue, though. Brian made the point on that. I can't know if you did it here a couple hours ago or just in casual conversation. Like, he's not a complete statue. Like, he has wiggle. He has ways where we were talking.
Wells?
Like, if you
Grant Wells, can he move like Grant Wells?
He moves better than Grant Wells. From what
We're
Brian
running Grant Wells on options, dude. There's no way he can move better. Really?
He can move as good or better than Grant Wells. The reason they were running Grant Wells on options because they were running a smash mouth spread and you didn't have a fucking option unless you wanted to take that element of your offense completely off the table.
Yeah, which was stupid at that point in time. But
I can't hear Brian. That's weird.
You can't hear Brian?
No, just
we were running a smash mouth spread.
Yeah,
and was like, can you hear me?
Yeah, you great. Yeah.
Like basically, we were running smash mouth spread, and you had to run Grant Wells just to keep them honest. But it was that discussion. I asked Brian, basically, I said, Brian, they run cover 1, send 5. If the guy doesn't hit Grunkmeyer, what happens? He's like, he gets 10 yards, first down.
Okay,
that's great. He showed it. He showed it in the spring game.
That's not the style of quarterback that typically works for us. Like, we were screaming for Kyron Drones. We were screaming for Tyrod. We were screaming for these mobile quarterbacks. I hope all these Tech fans are going to be okay with a guy who is not, I don't know. That's a big change to go from what we've always been, in my opinion, to help out the running game to now we're going to be a pro set. And, man, I hear pro style system, and I'm like, holy shit, that's not good. Because that's what they brought to South Carolina last year, and that was a pile of shit.
Yeah, we need to win, Phil. So
100%.
If what we've been doing ain't working, then maybe we need to change.
Yeah, well, that's what exactly. No, I'm with you. So I hope it all comes to fruition on the field because it sounds really pretty right now. Like Franklin is winning. He's winning the presentation contest for sure. So
it's true. I'm like Dwight, and I hope that I don't get my hopium up by August, but I'm like so many of us now. It's like we want to see it. We want to see crushing teams. You should crush. Go into somebody's house, take their turf, take their lunch money in Maryland. And
that's a big game for recruiting too. He's going to have a shit. It is. Oh, can you have recruits on the road? How does that work? I don't know how that works.
I'm sure you can. I mean, hell, be smart. Really piss off. Let Mike Loxley really want to punch James Franklin. Like, hey, guys, go visit there, but come to our sideline.
Or maybe show Maryland what they missed out on.
Exactly. So it'll be, again, it's like, don't get the hope up, but I think what we've discussed here and what we're seeing all along is, or what we're seeing right now is just in general, the floor of the talent level has raised. The floor of the coaching level has been raised. And now it's, what are they going to do on the field? What are they going to do when the other team will actually try to hit you and try to rip your fucking head off? What do you do? And that's going to be, what is it going to be? What's the official first date this year?
September.
How many? Maybe. How was our timeout usage in the spring game? Did we call any dumbass timeouts for no reason by chance, or leave any in the pocket? I'm just wondering. That's my question. So
we will start finding out everything September 5th, and that's when it's either sunshines and rainbows or fuck not again.
Well, I'll tell you right now, like the rest of the sports that are coming along with tech right now, I don't think anybody should get too excited about what's going to happen at the end of the year with softball or definitely not baseball. Although baseball won today, they beat VCU at the Diamond. That was awesome. 1 o'clock game. Damn, and no lights at the Diamond. They're moved across the street. But man, dude, if football starts, like if we beat VMI like 24-7 and then beat Old Dominion like 24-14 or something, man, that those happy-go-lucky James Franklin press conferences gonna change real quick.
Hey, I can't even put the word ODU and beat in the same sentence. How bad
Never
they've
happened,
been beating us.
has it?
So
No, thank God we dropped
drilled,
JMU. Shit, good lord. Fuck.
So I can't even, I just got to see. Hey, we got a long time for the season to get here, but not really a long time. So it's going to be a lot that's got to transpire. I need to see some people get healthy. I need to see what our offensive line looks like. And like you said, the happy-go-lucky stuff, that's great. But we got to have some production on that field, some production out of the coaching staff before myself, I'm going to get excited.
One of the things I want to see is
damn right. Let's go. It makes me drink beers.
He really can't hear you.
He really can't hear me, Kenny.
He really can't hear you.
I can't hear you for some reason. That's so great. I agree with everything you're saying, though. 100%. 100%. I mean,
because they don't got no picture up there. That's what the problem is.
So what Tally, if you want to come up to any game, you let me go. That Lexington place is going to be a hell of a lot cheaper than $2,000 20 yards from the stadium. That's for damn sure. You can pay a high school kid to drive you up there.
Man, there we go.
It'd be great. I mean, just pay like $200 each way. Damn, you saved your money.
There for real.
So Curtis, one of the things I want to see,
rent that place during the tech game. I hope we get going where you got to start renting Lexington houses. That
would be sweetness.
That's where we need to get to. So.
All right, Brian, you got one more thing before we close it out?
Yeah. So like Dwight's talked about it a little bit. Phil talked about it a little bit. Tally, you've hit on it a lot. I think the thing that we need to see when fall rolls around, one of the things, the hallmarks of the Pry regime was that when the energy on the sideline always matched the flow of the game.
It's true.
So when we were looking at the flow of the game, if we jumped out early, it was all happy, all go lucky. They fed off that energy. If things were tight or we dropped down early, there was this tightness. You could feel the tightness on the sideline.
The air came out.
The booty hole was like this on the sideline. It was clenched.
Yeah.
It was tight. It won't let nothing in or out. And that became a hallmark of the Pry regime because they weren't that even keel or always bringing their own juice on the sideline. It always was very game flow dependent. So we got to get to a point where from the staff and it's going to trickle down to the players that you know, one thing goes wrong, don't let it snowball. Okay. Bring your own juice. Make sure that the sideline is ready, hype in the game, ready to do the things they need to do, regardless of what's happening on the field. Because if you're dependent on what the game is doing, you're playing down to your opponent.
You damn right.
You always are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, facts.
Agreed. So that will be the first. Hopefully, it's not the BMI game. It's a BMI game. God, get the cigarettes ready. Get the hard liquor ready, because man.
Listen, man, I cannot wait to meet Phil in person because I know.
Well, Phil's great.
I know he's gonna be a handful.
Phil, you're awesome. I've known you 20 years now.
Look, just like Dwight said, like it hurts his heart. Like these past 10 years, aside from the Fuente flash in the pan, man, it's hurt my heart. Like, so we gotta get this fixed because I don't have any hobbies, so I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't like model airplaning or Civil War reenactments or.
But you like what these basketball Phil?
Yeah, that's gonna be really, really, really bad next year. Like, unless we somehow hit lightning in a bottle with some division NAIA transfers and JUCO AA. Division II stars, like, man, it ain't gonna happen. Come on, man, it ain't gonna. I can't believe Ben Hammond and those guys are even coming back. Like, come on, like I don't know. So we're gonna find out.
They doubled their pay.
Well,
they doubled their pay.
Okay, and then we're gonna hire your son to play small forward. Like, I don't. This is insane. Sure. Like, I don't know. It's made but I get it. Like, I talked to a really good prominent Hokie today at the baseball game, and he's like, "Look, football wins 1 year. We get this thing rolling. 8 wins is great, but like if we somehow pull off 9 to 10, the money will come in and that'll come out, and that'll all somehow come out in the wash. And I agree with that. It's a big ass risk, man. It's a big. Only one coach has ever won it that consistently. So we're going to find out. We are going to find out with all the resources and the money being applied to it. But I hope. I don't know. So, but I get it. Football is what pays the bills. Like nobody gives a shit what Phil likes. Like everybody cares what people who watch football like. It doesn't matter. It cares what the masses like. So
it is the rising tide, right? If football does good, everything can do good because it brings the most money, the most eyes, the most people. It always has. It always will. And at least right now, regardless what you feel about James Franklin, at least they are fucking going for it. At least they're not fucking trying another coordinator or some G5 coach. It's like, you know what? This guy who's taking our lunch money in multiple recruiting battles, he is available.
Yeah,
he is available.
Decisive decisions.
He's going to be able to bring better coaches in. He's probably going to bring better players in. At least we are going for it. Again, because I don't think we all could have dealt with it, been like, well, this guy from the guy that went to Auburn, was it Pete
Golish?
Oh, no, Golish went to went to Auburn. No,
Golish went to Auburn.
Golish went to Florida. Golish went to Auburn. Yep.
Yeah, Golish went to Auburn.
Summerall went to Florida.
So,
and the guy who went to I mean,
but as much as we want to say like, oh, we would have loved to have those guys, it would have been like, you know, they're G5 guys, right? They're G5 guys. Or if it had been another fucking coordinator. God damn. Well, you know, he's a good coordinator.
Now we can say we got a head coach as our defense coordinator. We're a big fucking deal.
We're a big damn deal. Big damn deal. And with that being said, I'm going to wrap up this episode of the Boundary Corner podcast, brought to you by Moments on the Maury. He's with us.
Let's go. Rent for the season.
Ready for the season. 5 months away.
Book it now. Book it now. I'll give you a discount.
He said it.
Like discount.
I don't know.
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to give you I won't give everybody the tally discount, but there'll be.
You mentioned if you mention something in
mention Boundary Corner, mention Boundary Corner in the request. I'll give you $100 off a Nike. I'm that kind of guy.
If you heard that, there you go. Go back to this episode. That's Moments on the Maury. Our buddy Phil. I'm Brian. I'm Curtis Wilson.
You are not Brian Siegler.
I'm not Brian Siegler. That's you.
He tired.
I am tired. It's a long day.
Let's go to bed.
Let's go. Go to bed. That's where I'm at. I'm literally logging off. Visit the website, boundarycornerbt.com. Listen to all of the fun episodes. While you're there, follow us wherever you can, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe on the YouTube channel. All the favorite podcast sources. As always, we let our buddy Jason Long play us in, play us out. Check out jasonlongmusic.com where you can link to all of his music everywhere he does it and see where he is playing live down in the Roanoke area. We appreciate everybody who jumped on, Justin, all those guys, our normal crew jumping in. Thank you for listening. And as always, let's go.
Hokie.